All right. Today we're going to talk about the categories of weapon attacks. Attacks where you're being attacked by a weapon that you need to be prepared for. This is something I kind of thought about and put together, and mostly through the work with my Krav Maga instructor. I currently have a third-degree black belt in Krav Maga, and my instructor puts out things, for attacks and threats and stuff, and it got me really thinking about this. So I kind of formulated this, in my mind. But all of these categories have different answers and different techniques you need to do. So I'm not going to talk about how to handle the scenarios, but I'm just going to talk about the categories themselves, and you can kind of think about it and give you some food for thought. So with a gun or a firearm, a pistol, one type of attack is what I call threats. So a threat is someone holding the gun on you or pointing it at you and wanting something from you, wanting you to do something or wanting your money or whatever. So that's considered a threat, a gun threat. Now there's one answer for that. Now the other type is, I haven't come up with a better name, but it's assassination. So that's you're just walking and somebody shoots you from a distance without even you knowing they're there. Now that takes a whole different type of preparation, personal security, something like that. But that's a way more rare, unless you're someone famous or some sort of dignitary or something like that. But those are the two types of gun attacks that you need to be prepared for. Now with bladed weapons, like knives primarily, but any bladed weapon, there are threats with a bladed weapon, and that's where someone's holding the knife against you or by your throat or whatever, and they're wanting something for you or telling you to do something. That's one type of defense you'll need. Another one is what I call conservative attacks. So they've got a knife and they're thrusting it at you or slashing at you. That's what I consider an attack, not a threat. Where a threat is static, them holding it at you. An attack is them slashing it and stabbing at you. Now, a conservative attack is maybe you have something in your hand or something that's threatening, or they're a little hesitant, so they kind of fade back and they poke and they fade back and they slash and they fade back, and it's not real committed, but they're a little bit conservative in their attack and a little bit moving around. Now that takes one type of defense. The other is an aggressive attack. It's someone just running at you with no concern or care for anything you're going to do, and they're just stabbing or slashing aggressively with a full-on forward attack with all their weight and all their body going into you. So that takes another type. So those are the three main categories of bladed attacks you need to prepare yourself for. Another one is blunt weapons like clubs or something like that. Anything that's a blunt weapon, not bladed. Now similar to the knife, I break these down into conservative attacks and aggressive attacks. So a conservative attack, once again with some sort of blunt weapon, is just someone fading back, trying to hit you and then moving away, trying to hit you and move away. And usually that happens because you have something, either a weapon in your own hand or something you can use as a weapon, because the person with the weapon becomes a lot less confident when they see you have something as well. But there are other times someone would be conservative. And the other type with a blunt weapon would be an aggressive attack. So once again, like the knife, someone taking that blunt weapon and charging you down, just swinging with full force and not stopping and not being conservative at all. So those are the main categories that you need to prepare yourself for. And I think you need to prepare yourself for all of those, or at least think about all those scenarios and how you're going to handle them, because they're all really different. And if you want to, you can train those things with live scenarios. Just put on some safety gear, use training knives, wear protective eyewear if you're using knives and stuff, so you don't get hit in the eye. Some people are able to train with these shock knives that shock you when they hit you. I've seen other ones where they have chalk or something you can wear a white t-shirt, and they hit you and it has a mark every time it hits you, and you can train like that under live resistance. And you can do kind of more scenario-based things, but it's got to be against a resistant opponent going crazy or conservative, whatever, but like a resisting opponent, not just one slash. I guess you could start there, but you want to work to that. So think about all those scenarios, train yourself for all of them so you can be prepared for anything that comes your way. All right. Thanks again. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll get the next one out to you soon.